Most salespeople fight over scraps. They chase after the 3% of buyers who are ready now, and they ignore the gold mine literally sitting right in front of them, which are the 97% who are not actively buying yet. That's why I call it 97%. So you got 3% who are ready to buy and 97% who are not ready to buy. Most executives, sales leaders, and salespeople think that if someone isn't ready to buy or already convinced, they're a complete waste of time and they just move on. And while sometimes that's a good strategy to have, that's why most salespeople are broke, and that's why most sales teams struggle. Like good salespeople, they know how to turn a green banana yellow. And when you do this, you'll sell more than everyone else combined, right? It's just, how do you convince someone to go from not ready to buy? And those are the great salespeople. So I have a framework here that's called the buyer readiness pyramid. And there's multiple frameworks out here that talk about the buyer readiness pyramid, but this is my version. This is the one that I find to be most accurate. And so I want to walk through this structure with you and explain how, if you're a sales leader, an executive, a small business owner, or a salesperson, you can use this to your advantage, because none of your competitors are doing this right now. Almost every competitor does not follow this buyer readiness pyramid that you have, right? And I'm going to quite literally give you keys to financial success. If you listen to what I'm saying here, you'll find success, okay? So this is foundational selling. This is some people call it the new way to sell, but this is literally just how you sell. It's all the way back from ancient times. Jesus used it. Samurais used it. Kings and ruler of the ancient time. Donald Trump uses it. Every great salesperson uses it. Okay, so let's look at stage one. Okay, stage one is down here. That is 25% of any given audience that you're selling to. It doesn't matter literally what you sell, whether you're B2B or B2C. So these buyers don't even know that they have a problem. They think that everything is fine. Your job is to wake them up, like shake them up from their walking zombie state and make them realize what they're missing. You need to plant a question in their head that's, could I be doing this better? So you need to tell a lot of stories, share unseen risks, expose hidden inefficiencies and waste. The moment that they start questioning their current way of doing things, that's when you win. So really you need to answer the question, could I be doing this any better on behalf of them, right? And plant that unforeseen risk. Okay, so the next area is the problem where. This is where in any given market, you're going to cold call, cold email, talk to a bunch of these people, okay? And that's 40%. And these buyers know that there's something off, but they're not particularly in a rush. They think like, I'll deal with it later. Your job is to show them why later is probably the worst idea since sliced bread. Okay, so you need to instill more fear in them, consequences, and real world proof. Like show them what is happening to other people or what could happen to them if they don't solve that problem. Like douse their hair with gasoline and throw them a match, or, cut their throat and make them bleed a little bit, figuratively speaking, right? You need to really just pour on the urgency and use data, case studies, and stories of people who ignored their problem and they paid the price. Make them feel the pain of inaction so deeply that waiting is no longer an option. So you're going to, and a lot of brands get this wrong because literally the majority of people you will talk with are in this stage of people who are not aware of, or who are aware of their problem, but just they're waiting. They're just waiting and sitting. And so I talk about turning the green banana yellow. A salesperson who targets the 40% out of this 97% as a whole will make a ton of money. And brands that know how to target these people and take them in and nurture them will win. This is where a lot of money is made. The billions are made here. Millions are made up at the top at 3%, but the billions are made in the 97%. Okay, so then the next stage you have is the solution aware. They're aware of this a solution, 23%. So these buyers are searching for answers to their problem. So maybe you've got them to convince them that, yes, this is a hair on fire problem, this is a big deal, but they don't know the best way to fix their problem yet. They're in research mode, information gathering. By the way, everyone here is in information gathering mode, but at just different levels, okay? So the solution aware, they're weighing their options. They're trying to see, what are my options out there? I don't really care about brand names yet. I'm just trying to figure out that there's options out for me to help, right? That there's someone's even solving these problems. I don't care about brand per se. I just care about the solution being sold. So they're figuring out what works. Your job is to be their trusted guide. Educate them on the market, but don't push your product too hard. Talk about the category. Like, for example, if you're a gym, okay, and maybe you do jiu-jitsu, all right, they're wanting to lose weight, to get more fit, to be sexy, to do all this stuff. But talk about jiu-jitsu as a category, not your jiu-jitsu gym, right? Talk about jiu-jitsu versus typical cardio versus 9-round versus just going to a gym versus doing it at home, T25 workout. Like there's like lots of different options for them to get to where they want to be, but just showcase the market to them and give honest pros and cons for each. Give them the exact criteria they need to make the decision and position yourself as the obvious best choice, right? So then you have next, they're going to begin looking at, okay, so maybe jiu-jitsu is the right thing to do, okay? That's crazy to say, but maybe, and so they're going to look at different jiu-jitsu programs and gyms across the different brands, okay? So these buyers will know their options by this point, and they might pull the trigger. At this point, they're trying to understand if they can trust you and if you can prove to them that you'll make them feel safe. So show them why your product is superior. Use testimonials, case studies, and social proof. Remove all doubt. Make it really, really easy to buy. And that goes for the 3% as well. You need to just show them why you're the best jiu-jitsu option after you've convinced them that jiu-jitsu as a category is the best way to go. And this is honestly, brands miss this, and executives have no clue how buyers' minds work. And so this is just incredibly missed about how to sell these days. So you have to convince them first that their problem is big enough to solve, okay? And then you have to convince them that the option, the category that you're in is the best way to go forward. And then when they're in that category, you convince them that you're the best brand in that category. And then you just say, hey, listen, we've helped people like you before, or this is the best option to move forward. Take a chance on us. We'll take a chance on you. Like, that's how sales works these days, guys. And so if you only sell to the 3% who are like ready now to buy, you'll always be starving for leads. And that's what most brands focus on, the 3%. And that's a massive pipeline sin. But if you know how to move buyers up the pyramid, if you know how to take a green banana and ripen it, which the best salespeople know how to do, then you'll never struggle, right? And that's why I love going after the 97%, because if you go after the 97%, you'll automatically get the 3%. And a lot of the 3%, by the way, are not ready to buy, even though they're ready to buy. Like, inaction is a big deal that you have to fight against. Inaction. So you got to ripen the banana. You got to know how to take it from green to yellow. And if you want to know how to do this, I've done this for 85 plus businesses in 21 different industries. I've made them $25 million in sales. And I can show you how to do that. Like, actually, tactfully, I can tell you how to do that. So if you want to book a time with me, the link is below. It's just a 30-minute section. I can walk through you my program. It's a pipeline strategy that's ancient, and it works. It worked 2,000 years ago, and it works today. And it's got quite a lot of, it's helped quite a lot of businesses sell and make selling easier and make it less like yucky and commission breathy. This is how to sell in the modern day, guys. So if you don't know the buyer readiness pyramid, start learning this. If you want to know my program that applies the buyer readiness pyramid and sells in modern days, book time with me, and I'd be I'd be happy to show you and help grow your business. I work with businesses from $250,000 to $25 million in sales. That's my sweet spot. So if you're in that category, let's talk. Hope you got some value. Thank you.